Yo, what is up guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 4 calisthenics exercises that has helped me to build a massive demon back. Just like this. I'm super proud of it, and these are the main exercises that I've used to get here. So the first one, starting off, is the king of all back exercises, which is the pull-up. Now there are many ways you can do this, and there are many wrong ways you can also do this. So I'm going to show you the correct technique for this. First of all, we're going to grip onto the bar at about shoulders width apart with our thumbs wrapped under and around the bar. We do this because you have more of a firmer grip, and then it'll be more transferable to harder skills such as the muscle up down the line. So start in a dead hang position, and if you can't extend your legs fully because the bar is too short, then you can bend your knees. That's completely fine. Then we're gonna drive our elbows down into the ground, and then we're gonna pull up until our chin clears the bar. And then as we come down, we lower down until our arms are fully locked out to ensure full range of motion. Range of motion is key for getting that extra muscle activation in your biceps, in your lats, in your traps, in your rhomboids, so that way you can get the most out of these exercises. So I urge you, if you are switching from the gym environment into doing calisthenics, do full range of motion, please. None of that half rep stuff, okay? If you are struggling with pull-ups, then you can use resistance bands. You can always use the band to help you to get that full range of motion. And you may have to stick to it for a few weeks, but trust me, over time, you'll gain more out of this exercise by doing that extra full range of motion. Whilst doing this, you obviously want to keep your feet and knee together, your core tight, and then make sure that you're doing it full range of motion. Now, to make this a lot harder, we're going to go wide grip. When going wide, we're going to use more of the lats rather than the biceps. So lots of the isolation will actually be on your back muscles. So wide grip typically is going to be much more harder than narrower grip, because in a narrow grip, you're then able to recruit more of the biceps here, which makes it a lot more easier to do the actual pull-up. So the rep range for pull-ups will be between 5 to 10 reps. If you cannot yet do any pull-ups, go back to using resistance bands or other regressions. I'll leave another video on how to get better at pull-ups in the cards up here in a link, so make sure to check it out. Yeah, do that 3 sets, and you want to do this minimum of twice a week. We do this because the more you train the muscle, the bigger and the stronger it will get. So frequency is good, and when we train it, let's train up to about 80% of our max capacity in order for our remaining sessions for the rest of the week to be efficient. Our body won't be too fatigued where we won't be able to perform the same amount of reps and sets as we did earlier in the week. Cool, moving on to the next one is the Australian pull-up. So this is a regression of the pull-up, and this is nice because now we've got a massive back pump from the pull-up. We're going to drop it down to Australian pull-ups, and we can make this as hard as we want. The rule is that the closer the bar is to the ground, the harder it is, because this will make your body angle more flatter, closer to the ground. So if it's parallel, this means the Australian pull-up is going to be super hard, because now a lot of the weight will be distributed to your upper body rather than your lower body. So if you're new, start off at a steeper slope, and if you are strong, go down, make your body angle more of a flatter slope. So we're going to grip at about shoulders width apart, thumbs wrapped under around the bar, and as we pull up, we're going to drive our elbows down into the ground and try to touch our chest to the bar, whilst also keeping our core and glutes tight, and push our hips forward. Lower body and entire body tension is key for this exercise. So if you want to get the most out of it, let's do it with the correct form, and really think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. So imagine if there's an apple in between your back, you're going to crush that, and then we're going to drive our elbows back, so then bring our chest to touch the bar. So we're going to do this between 10 to 15 reps, and once the Australian pull-ups gets too easy, you just make yourself a bit more flatter and flatter and flatter. You could even go decline, where your feet is like this on top, and your head is facing down towards the ground. So pretty much a lot of the load is going to be placed on your upper body muscles as you'll be working against gravity. So again, do this for 3 sets, 2 times a week. Moving on to the next exercise, the second king of all back exercises, in my opinion, is the tuck front lever. Any front lever progressions is going to work on your back and core muscles via isometric contraction. So what that means is your muscles are actually being worked without it being lengthened or shortening. It's just there statically whilst being engaged. And this is great because now we're adding variation, right? So we've got the pull-ups, which works on both the upward face and the downward face. So the concentric and eccentric. And now we're gonna target the isometric, which is the static hold. Pretty much you're gonna grip onto the bar at about shoulders width apart, thumbs wrapped under and around the bar, and we're gonna tuck our knees up towards our chest and lift our hips up until our back is parallel to the ground. So knees always to the chest, heels close to your bum, and we're gonna look forward in between our feet, as this will kind of help us determine whether our body is in a flat line and parallel to the ground or not. Think about locking your elbows out and pulling your shoulder blades back. So scapular retraction is key, and that's what we're gonna be working on as well. Really think about pulling those shoulder blades back and hold that. And we're gonna be holding this for 10 to 20 seconds. If you're new to this, start off with 10. Most people should be able to do this. And if not, then you can just work on doing banded tuck front lever, or just keep working on the pull-ups and you should be able to eventually hold the tuck front lever. Again, do this 3 sets, 2 times a week. Moving on to the final exercise, which is the inverted deadlift. This is more of a core exercise, but it's also heavily recruiting your lower back as well as your back muscle. So it's a different variation for you guys to try, because we've already got the king of all back exercises in there. So let's have some different variation. Pretty much with the inverted deadlift, you're gonna start in a dead hang position, and then we're gonna bring our shin close to the bar. So imagine doing a toe touch, and we're gonna push our hips forward to then extend our body so that it's in a straight line. Keeping our toes pointed, glutes engaged, hamstring engaged, legs locked out. We're gonna lower down, but keeping our arms locked out. Lower down just below the point where our back is parallel to the ground. And then we're gonna push back up by pulling the bar down as hard as you can and hip thrusting your hips, so that way your body will come back up and it will be in a straight position. Now, to make this harder, obviously you have to adjust the tempo of it. So the slower it is, the harder it will be. So I would start off with 5 to 10 reps for 3 sets and repeat this twice a week. Just make sure you keep those elbows locked out, and you want to squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, and then when you get to the top, pull your shoulder blades back together to create that scapular retraction. So that is all for this video, guys. I hope you do find it useful. If you do, please hit the like button, comment and subscribe so that you can be back for more videos like this one. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.